Should we start?
I think we started.
No, we could not have started because that was very offensive. Can you beep all that out?
This is Jimmy's podcast, season 10 on the podcast. We coming back for more. I bet you never thought we'd last, and neither did we. Breaking news, show reviews, rubber boots, reactions, and other social media crap. And if nothing else, you know you're gonna have a laugh. You're gonna have a laugh, oh yeah, 'cause this is the podcast.
Bonus episode. First of all, let's congratulate all four of us. High fives, fist bump, because we weren't going to be here. No. When we signed off last week, there was no chance this was happening. And then our hearts
needed to do it.
Yeah, because the people out there were demanding more, and so we squeezed in one more before the Masters, and even Lester's back from Tacoma, Washington. We did a thing. What did we do last week? We asked, where was Lester? Why was Lester in Tacoma?
Yes, wrong answers only.
Right. So this is like an early edition of kind of viewer mail? Not really. Just a segment
listener mail? Well, it's listener feedback, I guess.
Why was Lester in Tacoma?
Why was Lester in Tacoma? Well, there was quite a few guesses.
Okay.
A couple similar ones. So we'll start with these. Lyndon, who might be the Lyndon who's forever banned from the GBO, said rebounder convention.
Nice.
Janks
That's funny.
said rebounder convention meeting, and then Mark Desinet said international rebounder convention. So a lot of people think
Rebounder really stuck with people.
Yeah, very much so.
it's one of those things that came out of the pandemic that
That's still there. And I don't even use it anymore. That's so funny.
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
You're not nearly as
you got to go for a bounce.
bouncy. Yeah,
I
you're not
I
as
should go
buoyant
for a
as you
bounce.
used to be.
The Jamie Kitchen guest, world famous Bob's Java Jive. It's apparently a 25-foot coffee pot music spot in Tacoma. So that was like a realistic guess.
Okay.
Is that where you? No.
No.
Okay. Let's see.
Never
here.
heard of it.
Jeff Laughlin, a convention after getting caught up in a juice selling pyramid scheme. So, juice selling pyramid scheme.
Wow.
What was Puffy? Puffy guessed you were tracing Ted Bundy's victims.
Wow.
His roots, yeah.
Recreating his
That's
roots.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Also not true?
Also not true, unfortunately.
Roscoe took one of the worst guesses possible, golfing with Jimmy.
Oh,
Definitely
forget it.
not.
Forget that.
KS and David Carson both wrote tracking down Jimmy's missing jacket.
Oh.
Would have been kind of you.
Listen, that's something I might do.
Got an update this week from Air Canada. Said they're looking into it.
They're looking into it.
Yeah.
The person they've donated it
Well,
to
first
is enjoying
they gave me the dismiss off, and then I went back at him and said, I got the captain's name who found it. All right, and so I sent him the captain's name. And now they said, we're following up on this.
Wow.
Exclamation point. Anything else?
Alrighty. Jeff Krause, meeting with a potential pod sponsor.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yes,
Hopefully.
let's hope that. Is that it?
That's
Yeah,
it.
what's it?
Starbucks.
Starbucks. That's
I was hoping Microsoft.
Exclusive.
Hey, listen. Which is better? Which would we prefer? Microsoft or Starbucks? I would say Starbucks too. Because no matter what, people need their coffee. You know,
Who's
you can always
who's
switch to
got the
Apple.
deeper pockets? Come on, Microsoft. Paul Allen takes us on his yacht. Is Paul Allen? Oh, sorry.
on his big yacht up in the sky.
It's because many years ago,
Ryan McDonough
we
got
were
traded.
at a bar in Vancouver talking to these girls who worked on Paul Allen's yacht. And I was going to stow away for a few days. Then I remembered I had children and a wife. But I was more curious. It wasn't about the women I was curious about. It was getting on Paul Allen's yacht.
Of course.
You would have done anything to get on that yacht. So.
Anything.
Finito.
Dropping all these one-liners, inside jokes on you.
Yep.
Finito. Elton Ron writing in.
What?
I think he went from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma to Philadelphia. They're basically the lyrics to Steve Miller Band's "Rockin' Me."
Yeah.
So you got a little creative. I feel like I'm there. Andrew Arsenault.
Andrew Arsenault signing over the remaining rights to his likeness.
Yeah, pretty much. Andrew Arsenault wrote scouting locations for Murder Island.
Wow.
Which I like. I don't know how many islands are out in Tacoma, but
A little too cold and rainy for Murder Island.
Yeah, that's we flew into Seattle.
So
and then
inland.
drove to
We flew in.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, that's a
Okay,
little hint.
we've now
Was it a
narrowed it
band
down.
or a girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
well, perhaps
We'll
this
find out.
next one will be a clue, as Steve McEachran writes, looking for a home?
Oh.
Maybe Lester's moving on us.
Moving.
I don't think I'm moving to Tacoma, Washington. Sorry.
All right. Ryan wrote, ran off and got married to Jimmy's waitress from the airport.
What was her name again?
Poppy, Polly,
Polly. Poppy.
Foley,
Betty?
Polly.
No.
Eddie.
Penny.
Penny. It was Penny. Yes, it was Penny.
Why do our listeners remember more than we do?
I'm like, what?
They're
I'm
better
convinced,
people than us.
I'm convinced this
Talking
pod exists so you can remember your life. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Brooksie is really worried about me.
She is?
Well, I told you about when I had the health test a couple weeks ago, and everything went well except I'm not sure if I told you my hearing's going a little bit.
Oh, it is, eh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I've started to do stuff like I leave the fridge open like all the time, like every time, and
Like
then
open, like no, you don't close the fridge.
Yeah, and
how's that possible?
Because I can't do it. And the other day, like we were at the gym, and I was on the treadmill next to her, and I got off the treadmill to go do something else, and I left the treadmill going. And so, like, obviously, you
Just
stop
the belt
treadmill.
going?
Yeah, I just left. I just jumped off the treadmill and went off to do my other things.
Wow.
And so this stuff is happening a lot, like
Yeah.
leaving doors open, and so she thinks I'm losing my senility.
Oh, that's
Early.
not good.
No.
Don't worry, we'll hide it. We'll hide it from the upstairs people.
She
for a
talked.
while.
She talked this morning about Can you blurt this stuff out?
No.
I am very aware of everything and at the top of my game.
Couldn't be sharper.
Couldn't be sharper right now for another 10 years.
Stop as attack.
I think they all bought it.
She mentioned this morning that she's thinking about putting me at home.
Well, you're already there part of the time playing pickleball, aren't you?
Good point.
Good point, indeed. Pat Pointer not really believing anyone would want to go to Tacoma, so he just wrote sitting in traffic on the way to Seattle.
Wow.
Oh.
Good.
There's a theory. William Heaney writing in, enlightening NHL newest fans that Shea Weber is a guaranteed lock as a future Hall of Famer.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Makes sense. The Friendly Giant wrote he's run away to join a different circus. Little offensive. Chewy Louie, tryouts for the new Magic Mike Chapter 3 movie.
Oh, I like it.
I think it's chapter
Chewy's.
4, aren't we? At three
I
Magic
think
Mikes?
it's chapter 4. Yeah.
Maybe
fact that
Chewy
we
wants
all
you to
know-
replace
all know
somebody.
that.
Chewy Louie is
God,
always
the
looking
first
out for
one-
me. Thank you, Chewy Louie.
Which one had the convention?
Good dude.
My favorite was the dance at the end of the second one.
So hot.
I bet. Eddie Bartlett, after a Tim's breakout performance shooting a commercial for Dunkin' Donuts.
Nice.
in the
Oh,
States.
I would never do that. Never turn my back on Tim's unless they pay me a ton of money.
Trot 16 filming the newest smash hit on CTV, The Looper.
Oh,
I like it.
Wow.
Good show.
That is a good show.
I
I'd
could
watch
see
it.
I could see that every single break during like an NFL game, The Looper on CTV.
Yes, of course.
It's actually not a bad idea for a show.
Who would be casting as the Looper?
Lester.
Well, like, what are you talking about? Lester. He's
I know.
obviously
Who you have,
Denzel
someone would have
Washington.
to. Maybe Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, not bad.
As Lester's
As
older
Lester,
brother.
the Looper.
Morgan Freeman.
very nice. Oh, good voice.
And then the loop was closed permanently. That's my Morgan Freeman.
well done.
That's terrible, Morgan Freeman.
It wasn't a great invitation, but the phrase was funny. C. McKay writes, getting Stoff a new car.
Yes.
Oh,
Did he?
man.
Yep.
All the way from Tacoma.
Odd
All the way
place
from
to go
Tacoma.
for one, yes.
Now, I will remind you guys, there's one more left that Jimmy said whoever has the best comment would win a trip to a golf simulator with Puffy.
Oh, yes.
So hence, I think this one is one of the more appropriate ones.
Okay.
Since it's from World's Okayest Golfer.
Oh, nice.
And they tweet in, speaking without being interrupted.
Oh, well done.
Oh, wow.
Safe to say he's going to the
No question,
simulator.
no question.
Yeah, bring your 8-iron because we're going to Jimmy's basement. 8-iron and higher, and we're gonna hit for balls for an hour.
Yes.
That's a very good answer.
Then you can tell me and Lester what it's like.
Yeah. It's almost the mystery is better than actually going,
Yes.
Stuff?
Hey, pickleball update. Oh, why were you
We're
there?
not going to ask him. How was your
We
weekend?
don't really care.
Where was he? Who cares?
That was a fun bit.
Back to me.
You left the fridge open again there, Jimmy. I was in Tacoma, Washington, playing the Emerald Queen Casino with Elton Ron.
Nice.
Oh, well, you
what I
see,
was
that's a kind of an obvious answer.
But
How many shows did you do?
One show.
That's
so we
it?
we flew out Tuesday, played Wednesday, came back Thursday. That's quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I
Yeah,
figured
yeah.
you'd be out there for
That's a haul.
like
Yeah,
3
it is
or
a
4
haul.
shows.
It is a haul. It's tough. Well, you know, worth going.
Yeah,
hey, listen,
absolutely.
I'll tell you what. Entirely First Nations run casino. Great venue to play in. Facilities were awesome. People were treated as first top first class treatment
Nice.
all the way. It was great. It was great. So shout out to them.
Groupies.
No, never groupies with Elton.
Little of an older crowd.
Exactly.
How was a casino? Is it like
Casino was good.
Like poker and stuff? You can play
Poker, blackjack,
Okay, so-
roulette. You know,
So
I
like
mean,
legit
obviously.
casino.
But when you say no
Yeah.
groupies, aren't the older audiences hungrier?
They're gropers, not groupies.
I think it's been a long time since they've had sex, so they're just like,
When we were
the
in
victory's getting to the show. You know what I mean?
we had boys when we all had a significant birthday a few years ago. We went to Miami for a guys trip, all my high school buddies, and more on a lark than anything else. Kool and the Gang was playing at a casino
Come on now.
near in Miami, and so we went to the Kool and the Gang concert, and the average age was about 80.
Yeah.
And these two twin friends of mine, the Curly brothers, were like dancing with these two 75-year-old ladies the entire show, and it was just an unbelievable scene.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Cool and the Gang still have it. I don't know how many of the gang are still there. I'm not even sure
Well.
if cool is cool.
Well, somewhat topical on that, Lionel Richie came out recently, said he can no longer go all night long. He can only go about 15 minutes. So
Oh, really? Really?
I think that's
everything comes to an end, I guess.
Lionel Richie's coming to Toronto with the Earth, Wind, and the Fire group. If I'm not
nice.
mistaken.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a nice double bill.
yeah.
But one thing about the casinos in the States, smoking.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
Hate
terrible.
that.
It's terrible. Like you had to go. So with the situation that the casino situated from the hotel, you had to walk through the casino to get to the diner for breakfast, right? And like the diner is situated right beside the smoking area, so it's like as the day gets on, it's worse in that diner. It's terrible.
But this is kind of the way we grew up, right? Every
Well,
bar.
yeah.
It used to be
100%.
everywhere. It
Well,
used to
listen.
be everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I remember going to California for, I don't know, must have been a Stanley Cup final or some sort of story. And California, I believe, was the first state to ban smoking in restaurants and bars. And we went into a bar, the crew, and I was like, there's something weird in this bar. And I couldn't figure it out. And we figured out it was no smoking, and how that was the first time. Because every bar we went into growing up, and you must have played a million gigs.
Oh, listen,
where
there
just
was a jam I
smoke-filled
did.
rooms.
I played at a bar downtown called the Artful Dodger for years and years.
Yeah.
And smoking was allowed, right? So you get home at 3:00 in the morning after the jam. You got to shower, get it all out of your hair. Your clothes was terrible.
Remember when we were kids, smoking was allowed on planes.
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, the planes
Yes.
would still have the ashtray
I
even
know.
after you couldn't do
I know.
it.
5-hour flight, just.
But everyone
inhaling
just
everything.
hacking darts
Yeah.
and
I
like.
do miss it. I wish it was a better time, though.
You in some
was
ways,
not a
it's
better
more
time.
free.
Like, everyone looked way cooler.
Well, it's
They
funny.
did.
I really am getting to the point in life where I'm thinking like we have softened up a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not
for
saying
sure.
I want smoking back on airplanes, but you know what I mean. Like
We're
we used to be able to
And it
be
used
more
to be so
resilient.
normal.
Everything's a problem. Yeah.
We are better people. I think the rules make more sense, but we are boring as a society a little bit, right? We're not.
Yeah,
as
I'm sure like
edgy.
in the 40s, they would have rolled through COVID like nothing. They wouldn't even stopped. It wouldn't have been a thing.
Could be.
Oh yeah, so
Mind you, that was a depression, wasn't it? The 40s?
the 30s was the
30s,
depression.
30s was the depression.
40s was the war. 50s we started rolling again.
Good time.
50s were.
40s
yeah,
were,
I would have liked to have been alive during the 1950s.
Yeah,
Not
Do you
me.
But do you think
No
our
offense.
kids?
Yeah, that's funny. That's fair.
That's fair.
Was probably a little better for me.
definitely was.
Hey, it's the
Yeah,
truth, right?
yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, pickleball. So you asked me about pickleball earlier, and actually you didn't. I just brought it up myself. But
We do have a pickleball story in
Yeah,
theaters.
so-
oh, that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah,
read it on
yes.
your
Yes,
missive,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to tell the story first, or what is it?
Well, the story is basically that they're building a bunch of courts in Central Park. And I think from what I saw in the picture, it's like a plan for like 20 different courts in this one area. But they're going to be charging people to play, and the rentals are going to be $80 an hour on off-peak times, $120 an hour during peak times. So during the day, I guess. So
it's going to become an elitist sport.
Oh. Yeah, it already is.
There's such a lack of pickleball availability, hence our joining of the senior center. In that, I was thinking maybe I should open a private pickleball
center
club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
just get a warehouse with some high ceilings, put in 3 pickleball courts, charge a couple $100 an hour, and boom.
Call it Jimmy's Pickle.
Jimmy's Pickle. Jimmy's Giant Pickle.
Oh, yes. Wow.
I mean, 6 courts.
But Brooksie, because I could never make this.
Hold on, I have a question. Does Brooksie wear pickleball attire?
No, just the typical Lululemon tights or whatever.
So there's no like.
She looks fine.
There's no, but there's no like.
Hey.
There's no offense. No, everybody looks good in Lululemon.
Pickleball, like
Thanks
the tennis attire. There's no like version of that for pickleball.
What?
There's no version of like tennis attire or golf attire.
I don't know. I'm a newbie.
You ever look around and notice what people are wearing?
Like how Wimbledon everybody has to wear white.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the senior center yet. And
you still haven't been?
No, I haven't been able to make it. And
she's going to find a new partner, dude.
So Brooksie rented the gym at the Aurora Leisure Complex, which I'm not sure is the same as the senior center. I'm not sure. So she rented the gym at 8 a.m. on what day is this week? On Monday. And she made the kids get up too to go play pickleball. So we had the whole gym.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to be able to get the basketballs and stuff, but no, you had to bring your own gear. So all we could play is pickleball. But the funny thing was the seniors.
Did you have your own net? Did you bring your own
There was a badminton net installed, which is not the same as a pickleball net, but we made it work.
Okay.
We brought our rackets. But there's a walking lap above the gym where the seniors, a lot of people come and walk.
Oh, that would be busy at that time. That's like prime time. 8 in the morning.
Actually, that's off peak, actually.
And actually, I got to shout out one of the guys, I think I probably told you a couple of years ago, I ran into one of the guys on the trails in walking my dog, and he was listening to the podcast when I ran into him.
Nice.
And he was there walking the thing. And so I was going, I wonder if he listened to the pickleball episodes and me talking about the senior center. And anyway, I can't remember his name. I think he told me his name years ago when I met him on the trails, but I'll learn his name because next time I see him. But shout out to nameless, nice guy, friend of ours who listens to the podcast sometimes and was walking at the leisure center.
Nice.
Anyway, so it went pretty well. Jared was dominant. He beat me. I thought I was going to beat him, but he beat me and Brooksie. We played like
He beat the two of you at the same time?
No, the winner stayed on. It was Darian, Jared, me, and Brooksie.
Yeah.
And Jared came up with the rule of winner stays on, and he basically never left the court.
Smart.
Wow.
And we walked around the court like getting steps, like old people when we weren't playing.
You got to keep loose.
I really did feel old. I'm not going to lie. Can I talk about The Bachelor for a second?
Sure.
I watch. I don't watch much. I'll watch sometimes, and I watch because of Jesse, our good friend Jesse Palmer, who's the host of The Bachelor. And
he's done a pretty good job.
He's very popular. I think,
great
the host of The Bachelor.
I did like the other guy better.
Chris Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't.
Chris Harrison brought a certain intensity to the show.
Yeah, Jesse's more like just a caring kind of host, right?
He comes across very caring, and he's lived the experience, so he's very knowledgeable.
Very versatile guy who can host cooking shows and credible football analyst.
He's a very talented man.
What a great thing he's been able to do. Like you come from the gridiron, you're on this show that probably wouldn't be accepted by most people on the gridiron, yet he's made it work.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, did anybody watch The Bachelor?
I watched one episode.
We're from the gridiron.
The one they were down to 3.
Okay, so did we talk about this?
I think we talked a little bit about it.
You and I did? So let's share it with these two guys. And I need feedback from the listener. I have never seen a guy play a situation worse than this guy played.
He's one of the worst bachelors ever, it seems like.
What's his name?
I don't know. I think
Big fans.
I'm not
Great
a fan.
story.
Lindsay liked him. She thought he was good.
Lindsay Hamilton?
Yeah, she thought he was good. I'm like, this guy sucks.
Okay. Now, he seemed like a decent guy.
Yeah.
But so here's the situation, listeners. The Bachelor gets down to 3 dates, and they go to they have the overnight fantasy suites.
Fantasy suite.
Basically, sex rooms.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? Where you have sex with your bachelorette or your bachelor if you're the bachelorette.
If you're physically compatible.
And then you pick one to spend the rest of your life with, apparently.
Well, or 6 months with.
You're 6 9 months. Yeah. But there are a few who
Zach
got
is
married.
his name, Zach?
Zach, thank you. Okay. So Zach decides, and I actually thought this was kind of brilliant. Because if Zach is really in it for his wife, like some people are in it to be famous. Let's face it, a lot of them.
I think all of them must be.
No, I think some, because there are numerous couples who have stayed married.
There definitely
like
are
multiple
couples
years.
that have stayed. Yeah.
Yeah, there are numerous ones.
Who's the
Multiple years.
Remember the Bachelorette?
Like 10 years.
The Bachelorette who married the firefighter?
Yeah, Tristan and Ryan.
Yeah, they were like a great couple right from the start.
Yeah, I met them in Aspen.
Did you?
At some hockey thing, and I interviewed them actually.
Oh,
Nice.
But you
that was
don't
like
think-
season 1 or something, right?
Well, I think it was season 1 of The Bachelorette.
Okay.
I think she was the first Bachelorette.
She was on season 1 of The Bachelor and then became The Bachelorette, probably.
Season
Something
1
like
or season 2.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, she was early.
We're losing people already,
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Let's just get to this situation. So Lester,
Yes.
You lost them.
he's got 3 girls. They're about to go into the fantasy suites. And he says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to have relations with any of these women because I don't, it's going to cause too much problem. And I said to myself, this is brilliant because if you really are in it for marriage and you do have relations with all 3 women, and it looks like these are consecutive days, these dates.
Yeah, they
right?
bang them out pretty quick.
Yes, they do.
Quite literally.
And then you're going to get, the rest of your life, the woman you marry is going to be like, oh, so you were with a girl, 2 girls after me or 1 girl the night before, whatever, right? I know kids these days are a little bit different, but still, I think it would haunt. It would end.
Well, the only
hurting a
thing is,
relationship.
There's potential
It's also
for problem.
it's
There's
happening
potential
while
for
you're
problem.
building your relationship.
You don't
It's not like
know-
it's the person's past, right? So
It's not, but it's
but
still.
you don't know for sure if they actually sleep together.
You don't, but okay, let's just assume.
wouldn't you know
right?
from the show after? Like
No,
in
like
some
they
way?
don't show it.
But sometimes
I know, but they'll hint at it. Don't
they've started to basically say it. Like in the old days of The Bachelor, it was all hinted.
Yeah.
and now it's like.
You're like, oh, we had sex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the last guy a couple of years ago, he was like basically had the 2 girls at the ceremony, and he's like, I just wanted you to know that I had sex with both of you or whatever. They all started crying.
What are you crying about? You're on that show. Come
So
on.
thi-
I know
this-
what he was crying.
This dude says, I'm not going to have sex with anybody.
Okay.
Okay. So first girl comes in, beautiful girl. And
Which one is she?
dark hair.
The one who he kicks
Yeah,
out.
it's really smart. And,
Yeah.
And so he tells her, we're not going to, she says, okay, whatever. She sounds disappointed and whatever. Next day. So the next date is the second girl. And I'm not going to have sex with you. Okay, no problem. Then they cut to the next morning and he goes to see Jesse. He's like, Jesse, I kind of screwed up last night. I had sex with her. And now I don't know what to do. I better tell everybody because I told them all I wasn't going to have sex with them or whatever.
So he's going to backtrack, try to sleep with the first one?
I don't know.
I'd like a redo.
He can't go back to the first one. So now he's got the third one the next day.
Well, the first one's gonna feel lousy now because he's like
horrible.
Like,
So now he gets to the third one. They just start the date. They're like kayaking on some river in Thailand. He says, I have to talk to you right now. I need you to know that when I started this week, I wasn't going to have sexual relations. And she's like, okay. He goes, but last night I had sex with the other girl. And she's like, okay. Okay, what do you want, a high five? He's like, I just thought it was fair that you knew, but we're not going to have sex tonight.
Wow.
He didn't say it in those words.
Why
but
didn't he just send her home?
No, but then he picked her.
I guess, yeah. Wow.
That
So the
was,
one
that was the
person-
one he wanted all along. And then he said on the last show, I knew it was her the whole way.
Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Maybe because it's scripted?
So yeah, listen, perhaps. But here's my question: If it were the the 4 of us, if it's the one I want, would you
would
want to?
Wait
Yes.
a second. So if it's the 4 of us, so you're saying if you were going to sleep with me, Puffy,
He'd sleep with all 3 of us.
on consecutive
He'd be
nights.
fair.
I would,
He
I
gives
would, I
her a
would,
test
I,
drive.
I would, what I would do is I'd tell Puff and Stoff that I wasn't having sex with anybody, and then I'd do you.
Damn it.
It's okay. We're going to have promising careers as influencers after Puffy.
No,
Big on the show.
If it
Truth
was
is
any
just-
one of us, right? Like, why would you? If you want the one, you know for sure there's one you want. Wouldn't you want to be with her just to confirm that it's all
Well, I
encompassing? You know,
Or if I slept with another woman, I would certainly sleep with her too.
Yeah,
I
you don't
would
want to
not
leave her
sleep
out.
with her.
Yeah. By the way, this exact scenario played out in Turks and Caicos in the villa. Lester and I did have sex and didn't tell you or our wives.
Wow. You told us nothing.
So yeah, so that was so Brooksie, I guess she looks at the spoilers, so she knew he was picking the last girl.
Yeah.
And so what was he thinking?
Yeah, if you either have to
she was
sleep with none of them or all of them.
Now, by the way, she got over it, and they look like they're lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
But she seemed like she would be okay if you slept with everybody, just don't tell me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You sleep with everybody, then you're with me, whatever,
And
you
if
love
you
me.
sleep with them all, you're treating them all fair, so it's like
Right.
no one's being...
It's also
But the poor woman who didn't get picked and didn't get any sex, and
Yeah,
then
she
the
doesn't-
one who had sex with them thinking this is going to be a pick, and then doesn't get picked.
Well, maybe she didn't want to get picked. by
You
him.
see,
Maybe she
I
didn't like
had a thought that maybe he was trying to get rid of everybody, that he didn't want anyone. So upset the first one. The second one was equally mad. She wasn't happy that she was the one who got to have sex with him. She was mad that
It wasn't good.
that he told everybody. Like he goes out
yeah.
on TV, he's like, just so you know, you're the only one I had sex with. And she's like, don't tell her that.
But I'm sorry. To be put on that show, you got to be willing to say like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I know some
100%.
people who tried out for Big Brother and stuff, and they literally ask you as one of the final questions, like,
Yes.
will you have sex there?
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
trust
they
me,
will.
Yeah.
I'm sure that when he went in with the plan to not do it, the producers were freaking out and probably encouraging him and encouraging the girl to
Well, they
push
give
him.
him
and-
they give him the booze.
Oh,
to
yeah.
try to
Give him the
get
booze and
warmed up
spike
a
it with
bit.
Viagra.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just found it a fascinating study in human behavior that this guy could screw this thing up so badly. But I guess he got the girl in the end. But there will probably be issues down the road. Probably, right?
So apparently,
I would think so.
out of the 84 couples that have come out of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette,
There's that many?
there's only 20 that are together.
That's pretty good.
That
One of
makes sense,
four.
Funny.
though,
One to
based on...
That's pretty
One
good.
of four after knowing each other for like 4 dates.
That's pretty good, as in,
I would
Half
have
of people
thought it
get
was going to be
divorced.
5%.
yeah, I guess, sure. But I mean, why? If you know it's this slow, why would you go on the show and you see the disasters most of
Well,
these turn
because
into?
like you
Also
say, the
famous.
vast majority of people are
Yeah,
trying
it's
to,
just
trying to
be
get
fair. Yeah, I don't
Yes.
think there's any. If you're looking for actual love here, you're out of your mind.
No, but there are people. There's people that aren't good enough actors. So definitely, there's a handful every single year, male and female,
Yeah.
that are 100% into it for the real deal.
Yeah.
But I would say that
The
there's
22-year-old dental hygienist from Dallas maybe isn't in
Yeah.
it for the marriage.
well, like
but-
Jesse told me, I've asked him about this numerous times, and he didn't even have any idea what the show was. He just did it for his career. His agent suggested it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Was not taking it seriously whatsoever. Kind of didn't know anything about it. Then kind of did. In the moment, he said he fell for the girl, like, oh my God, I'm in love with this girl, and proposed and everything. And like on the plane home, he's like, I definitely got to break this off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you get back into reality right
course,
away, and you
yeah.
go, what the hell was I thinking? I had
Oh,
3
yeah.
dates with this girl.
You know what
kinda.
that's like? That's like in Superman 2 when he gives up his powers.
Exactly.
And then he comes out and goes, yeah, and then he gets to the diner and he's like, wait a minute.
the hell am I
Gets
thinking?
kicked out of him. Wait a minute. She's not even that good looking.
Superman too.
This is an abbreviated edition of the
Yeah.
Rubber Boots
Yeah,
podcast
we-
because somebody's coming in to steal our studio, right? These
Who
bastards.
is it?
Yeah,
What
someone's got a
bastards are coming in?
broadcast. Cause's
Cause?
show has to come out of here, but someone else is doing it. And it's their first day.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
Brandon Dunlap.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, he's doing stuff here now?
huge footy guy.
Yeah.
Really good dude and doing some work for TSN now.
Well, we
so-
got to
awesome.
clear out in 10 for him.
I like the B. I have no problem with that. So let's do whatever you put together because I wouldn't want all your hard work to go to waste.
Yes.
Never. Let's get to things that I saw on the Twitter.
Freaky pigs, strange chicks, world affairs, polar bears, fake news, nice shoes, big boobs, jack dudes. All of these things and more as I sat on the shitter. Things that I saw on Twitter.
So this first one I came across, it's a tweet from ESPN saying the Leafs have clinched the playoffs for the 7th year in a row.
Nice.
I saw a similar thing from Mark Masters, a couple other people, and I was really puzzled. How are we saying this is 7 years in a row?
What do you mean?
That little 5-game series against Columbus that they lost was not in the playoffs.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. It's a play-in
They call it a
series.
play-in, yeah. They did say it's not a play-in.
It's 7 years of postseason. It's not 7 years of the playoffs. I'm sorry, you cannot lose to that Columbus team and consider yourself making the playoffs.
It's a good point.
No way.
It's a good
When
point.
I say that as a Leaf fan, no way.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm not defending the Leafs, but I'm saying in everybody's mind when that started, it was the playoffs.
And
But
I
then
think
22 teams made the playoffs that year?
I think actually the league officially calls it the playoffs. They don't call it a play-in
called the
round.
play-in
They call it
online.
Is it?
When I looked it up for this.
yeah, like the NBA's plan, I think is a little different though.
I think officially the NHL decided to accept that as a playoff appearance. I believe.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I think
We'll
they
have to
did.
get Gary on
Mark
here.
Masters.
That's a
would
fair
not
enough
be right.
criticism, though. That's a fair enough criticism. But I think the Leafs that year, Stoff, when the season was shut down, like
We're in a
they were in
playoff
a
spot.
playoff
They were in a
position.
playoff spot, and they lost to a
100%.
team that wasn't in a playoff spot.
100%.
So,
The Columbus
So did
Blue
Edmonton,
Jackets.
right? Didn't Edmonton lose to Chicago that year?
I think
did,
they
I
lost in that round as
Yes.
well. So.
That whole year was a debacle.
Disaster.
Which one was worse, the Columbus loss or the loss to Montreal in the year they should have gone to the final?
Montreal.
Well, Montreal, yes, but
They had it in the
Columbus
bag.
Hey,
was
let's
awful
not be
as
too
well.
Leaf-centric, okay? The Western people, they hate
But
it,
people-
right?
I know,
they hate
but-
it. They hate you,
True.
Puffy.
But they like us
they do.
bashing them, like
Yeah.
saying that they
Which is
didn't
what
make the
we're doing.
playoffs 7
That's
years
right.
in a row.
And who did they lose to?
Which
The
one?
Montreal
forget.
Canadiens.
Oh, here he goes.
There you go.
Shea Weber, baby.
Hey,
That's
you
my
know,
Shea Weber
That,
year.
that was the year the ad ran for
Yeah.
quite a while.
You know, Tuukka Rask just showed up on TSN in the backgrounds, and he looks like a little bit like Harry Styles.
He does. Like
He's a little Harry
Like, actually
Styles.
does.
He could be Harry Styles' brother who's ugly.
Tuukka Styles.
Wow. Oh, look at that.
Like, it is-
Harry Styles' ugly Finnish brother?
yeah, that's who he looks like.
Okay.
Wow.
Poor Tuukka. So let's move on to soccer here, where
nice footy.
Man City player and English international Jack Grealish
Yes.
revealed his post-game meal is Singapore chow mein, which is noodles, and egg fried rice, salt and pepper chips, which is French fries basically, salt and pepper prawns, and curry sauce all mixed together. This thing, like at the place he goes to, costs like $60, so it's a massive plate of all this.
Nice.
So I was going to ask you guys, in your playing days of flag football, Jimmy, did you ever have a post-game ritual meal that you would go and scarf down?
I think I may have said it at some year, some episode, but not necessarily football, but I would play softball in the Giovanni Softball League on Sunday mornings and co-ed.
Nice.
The GSO.
Angela, the cousins.
Am I beeping that?
They made me show up every morning.
100% you are.
Of course you are. I would be hungover every Sunday morning, and I would go to McDonald's and get 9 McNuggets and 2 quarter pounders with cheese
Wow.
That's
and a
a
large
machine.
large Coke.
Wow.
that's the
Any,
only-
any fries or no fries?
I'm never a fry guy.
Oh, not a potato, man.
You're not a McDonald's
yeah,
fries
McDonald's
guy?
fry.
Yeah, that's the best
Fresh
thing about
McDonald's fries?
Oh,
Oh,
come
They're
on,
the
man.
best. I only get large because
Yeah, you just-
They're gone by the way you get
They're-
home.
by the time you
By
get home,
fresh,
yeah,
they're gone.
literally, you're
I
just-
always get large too.
If you have
course.
medium, they're never the.
And then a tub of aspic to kick it off.
Oh, yeah. That green goo.
Athletes, wouldn't it be great to like those athletes, elite athletes like that, especially soccer players who are probably in the best shape of anyone. They
Probably,
they
yeah.
can eat whatever the hell they want, I'm sure, after a game because
Oh,
they
yeah.
burn so many calories and it
yeah,
doesn't
it's
matter. What a
no
great
problem.
place that would be to be.
Yeah, but you also have to do the exercise all the time outside of the
Yeah,
eating.
so
times.
what? They have to. That's part of their job.
Yeah. Hold on. Do you think you could do the amount of exercise that they do
Well, I'd get injured.
every day?
Buddy, I get injured in pickleball. Seniors pickleball.
I know I played men's league hockey last night and I pulled my groin.
Well, I went for an adjustment this week, and it's the greatest. Like, chiros are, everyone kind of goes, chiros?
Chiro's a sham.
My chiro is amazing.
Sham.
He is not a sham.
I'm a big
he
chiro guy,
fixes me
too.
so many times.
Yeah, I'm sure because he breaks
absolutely.
you first.
Dr.
and then he
Regan Harper,
fixes
you don't
it.
have to beep that because everybody in the GTA should go to
Does
him.
he do the
He's
thing? Everyone's like,
amazing.
And then you're like, oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
not good.
Oh my God! When they crack your neck, it is like you are a new human.
Yeah.
Do they do
Liberates everything.
did they do groins?
He does my groin. I have to slip him a little 20 at the end.
Crack it too.
What is the like? Say you were going to try to get someone to work on your groin. Is there like a certain way you have to go about it, or can you just say,
Yeah, don't do what Deshaun Watson did.
Okay.
Well, that's. But I mean, like it's a delicate place.
Yeah, well, remember in Ethiopia the massage I had?
Yeah.
And she was like, she was making contact with the sacroiliac.
Yeah.
Not the real sacroiliac. Sacroiliac? What is it?
Sacroiliac.
I only think of it as the Maestro Fresh Wesley.
Mama, sacroiliac. Yeah.
She was making ball contact, remember? And
But I don't need ball contact.
That was
I need
inappropriate, but she didn't mean to. She
groin.
was just getting in there. Well, that's why she was getting to my groin.
Oh.
She was making ball contact.
It's
hard because-
do you have long balls? Is that what you're
I
saying?
went to I got a Thai massage Maybe. Got a Thai stretch massage when I was in Turks because I was a little bit of a mess.
Oh, nice.
And this young lady, I can't remember her name.
Robert Kraft.
No, this is at the Waimara. Okay.
Oh.
This is a very professional
Everyone's
massage.
got to pay their bills.
And she was a tiny, like in 3 minutes after I lay down on the table, her full body was on my back, like standing.
Yeah.
Like, like knees and stuff. And
that's
she was unbelievable. But she was like, I don't have enough massages where I do feel uncomfortable. I'm naked, just a towel over me, right?
Yeah.
But they're so good at it. They know exactly where to fold
yeah.
and stuff so they don't come in any contact with anything. They're pros.
Yeah.
No contact.
Okay.
That is how we will move on to
Yes.
the Gold Bar League.
Nice.
I love gold, and so do you. Do 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 do, do do do. Join the Gold Bar League, and you can have some too. Do 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 do, do 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 do. It's the Gold Bar League. Come on and join the Gold Bar League.
So we'll start with the standings. This is after week 1 of the Gold Bar League and also the first 4 rounds of the NCAA tournament. The runner-up from last week, the guy who lost to Bob Weeks in the playoff, Jadam, leads the way.
This guy's good.
He is good.
He's
He won
good.
the first week, 7 bars for him.
Can you just start sending me his picks so I can make money?
Make some money.
I
yeah.
got to say, I filled in mine in 30 seconds. I didn't know who was playing who,
Yeah, I
any
think so.
spreads. So
And it showed.
I think it showed.
Snack Bites Pete, Dougie, Jimmy Squirrels, and Bulldog 14,
Jimmy
as well as
Squirrels.
Chewy Louie, all tied for
Chewy
second
Louie's
with
also
5.
good.
They're in second place with 5. Then tied at 4 are Roscoe, Chief Keef, Shariko's Bracket, Jeff Laughlin, Jimmy's Oiled Quads,
Oh, I love it.
and Joey Dearborn. Those two have 3 gold bars each. So now we can move on to the NCAA as it stands. Now here's the fun part. Chewy Louie is at the top with 70, but that's all he can ever get.
Oh.
So he cannot move up anymore.
People have the teams remaining?
Basically, the following 5 names that I will read are the only brackets in our pool of over 130 submissions that are still alive. I mean, that can get
Yeah,
a
more
single
points.
point. So Shariko's bracket is in second, 64 points, but he can get up to 80. Take Lester and Stoff Golfing is at 63. They can get up to 111, so that's still pretty
They must
impressive.
have like 2 teams left.
They have you. So all the guys that can move basically have UConn left. Shower Thoughts also UConn left.
Shower Thoughts.
Jamie's Fabulous Bracket and Benny also UConn. Shower Thoughts is Brian Hayden, who listens to us in the shower. That is
okay.
why that is his name.
Of course.
So now, moving on here to our talent brackets. Bump with 60 out of
Bump's got
his
it.
possible
I'm
60.
so excited.
So Bump will win ours eventually. I haven't counted that.
Bump
into the
has
points
won
yet.
the NCAA tournament?
Yeah.
On the talent bracket, yes, because
Jesus.
we're all
We're going
can't
to
get any
hear
points.
about the entire Masters week. Don't tell them we
Absolutely.
taped this pod.
Absolutely. Cause is in second with 47. Bob Weeks in third, 46. Myself, 41. Puffy, 34.
Nice.
Lester did not participate.
I'm
And
sorry.
Jimmy, we don't know what the hell your entry is at this point. So
Well, I was being coy last week. I thought I put in like something with like Brooksie's secret boyfriend or something like that because
I have a theory on what happened.
I was going to generate controversy that way. Me get like pretend mad
but
at
it's
me.
you
It's
being
me.
the secret.
Yeah.
But maybe I didn't do it right. Anyway.
Well, what happens on Yahoo is when you sign in with your name, if you don't name your bracket something, it'll name it like Sean's Amazing Bracket or whatever. And there's one bracket at the bottom of our standings that's not filled out. That's James's Remarkable Bracket. What I'm guessing happened is you filled yours out
That's a good name.
and then didn't hit save.
Am I dead last?
Well, you got 0 points. You accrued no points. 0 points. So now the updated.
Just like the fridge.
I had Florida
you walk
Atlantic
away.
too. I had Florida Atlantic going all the way.
That's honestly a shame.
Harry
The-
Styles, there he is again. Oh, sorry, they just got away from him. Watch. Sorry, you go.
I think we can finish
It's
the
not really-
podcast
not
rather
really
than
good
watch
podcasting.
Harry
What's
Styles.
this much?
On ESPN
Big
Classic.
Harry Styles.
All right. Talent division, current standings, AK 7 gold bars, Puffy 5, Stoff
Nice.
5, James 2, Bob Weeks
Again,
2.
AK probably has flow charts and like a
He
white
does.
room.
He's amazing.
He's like a detective
I'm sure he
chasing a
does.
serial killer for like
absolutely.
12
I bet you
years.
he has a team working for him.
Yeah.
Now, first up division, Cause is in first with 8 gold bars. He's ahead of Lester, who's got 7, because Cause also performed really well in the bracket tournament. Carlo's got 5, and then Bump has 2. But
Ooh, at the bottom.
Bump will be shooting up because he's he's going to win the NCAA brackets. So
And
that's
how many did you get for that? Like
14
14.
points.
I
The
should've
major is
tried.
worth double for us. What it
It's a
is, the
major.
regular.
Major. What's the next major?
I believe the
right?
Masters. The Masters pool will be the next major.
Can't wait.
I think Jimmy's pickleball tournament will be able to gamble on that as well.
Yes. Look out for Dora.
I'm
She's
betting
an
on
81-year-old from Newmarket, but she is an athlete. Okay, we got to go, apparently. Thanks for this bonus episode. Thank you guys for making it in, and we'll see you next week for our highly anticipated every single year. How drunky will Puffy be at the Master Spot?
Hey, how are you? I got a question that I really want to ask you. Wait, don't hang up. I need to know, so I'm gonna try and push my luck. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? I know it's a little strange, my obsession with your choice of footwear in the rain. I know that you're on TV, but I need you to put your boots up on the desk for me. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? This is the part they call the bridge. A bridge has water under it. With rubber boots you can wade in the water. Just don't fall in. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like a dunk tank at the fair?
Do you like the dunk tank?
At the fair.
The dunk tank, the dunk tank.
At the fair. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? No, seriously. Are you wearing your rubber boots? Don't hang up. Please. Somebody. Hey? Hey? Anyone?